Hey, what is up, everybody? Stevie Breach coming to you this morning. We're heading off to the gym to start off and kick off our day. And I thought I would just make one more Royal Rumble video for you, just exposing my thoughts on, basically everybody flipping out about Daniel Bryan not being in the Rumble. I know that I've seen Mick Foley's tweets and Facebook posts. I've even seen his son Dewey's Facebook and Twitter posts, and both of them were pretty hot last night. Dewey went as far to say that without Mick Foley, Triple H would be nothing more than a mid-card guy who never made it in the business. I don't know about that. I think it's all pretty crazy, and I know that I read a whole lot of stuff on Twitter last night. Even Daniel Bryan's tweets seemed a little cryptic, saying that the Machine did everything they could to keep him away from the Rumble, which honestly in my mind doesn't really make sense. How guys like El Torito, how guys like JBL, they did the thing, the backstage skit where the guys were all lined up picking the ping pong balls out of the hopper, and honestly, I really, really like that. I think those are always fun skits. It takes me back in the day when they used to show almost everybody picking their ping pong balls, and it just added to the drama about, when guys were going to come out. And I even really, really liked the skit last night with the Shield, where even a group as tight-knit as the Shield, which I guess is unraveling at the moment, that as Piper said, there's a crack in the Shield. I really liked how they wouldn't even expose to each other, what their numbers were. Basically because they were all watching each other's back, and they didn't, well, I guess they weren't watching each other's back. They were watching themselves. And they all knew that if it came down to it, the situation like Ambrose trying to dump him would come out. But what doesn't make sense to me basically is how you build up this yes movement for Daniel Bryan. And it's not, the main angle of WWE, but it's connected to the main angle. The main angle being the authority with Triple H, Stephanie, Vince McMahon handpicking their champion and Randy Orton and putting him in situations where he can basically keep winning the title and keep it with I guess you could say, the face of the company. Almost basically the same thing that TNA is doing with Dixie Carter and Magnus right now. But with him, trying to take down the Machine, how does he not, push and shove his way into that room? At least kick El Torito in the head and make sure that he can grab one of those ping pong balls, because it doesn't make sense that, his whole thing is that he wants to show that he can be the face of the company, that he is the best wrestler in the company, and the only way to get a guaranteed shot at the title, you can ask and ask and ask and say, I deserve this. And as you saw, Stephanie and Triple H, they gave him a match against Randy Orton on Raw. It wasn't a title shot, but they gave him a match for being the Superstar of the Year. It's sort of like, I guess the fans are behind you, and we're going to give you the fans what they want, because they try to still save face that much. But, why the hell would you not have the guy in the Rumble? And the only reason I can think of is to make the guy more over. I mean, we all like to call WWE stupid and, point out when something bad happens and everything like that, but nobody ever, takes that step back to look at the whole picture. And honestly, I think that they had Daniel Bryan not in the Rumble for a reason. I think they knew they were going to get a reaction like they did. I just don't think they knew the reaction they were going to get for Batista. I think they still thought that people were going to get behind him. If they don't notice what's going on with him and find a way to turn him heel, they're missing out on a huge situation. Not only was Batista one of the best heels I've ever seen in 2010 when he was on his way out and when he was paired up with Vince, beating up Bret Hart, and in battles with John Cena. But right now he's got so much heat on this guy, it's crazy. I know that he won the Rumble. He's geared up for a shot at the title, which as of right now is Randy Orton, which doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. You'd have to turn Randy, but I mean, at the Chamber, if there's any way to put that title on anybody else to fight a heel Batista, it would increase a whole lot of views, a whole lot of buys, and I just think that would make for a better situation. Maybe that's what they knew was going to happen. I'm not 100% sure, but we got the stare down. Maybe they could fight inside the Authority for who is really the main guy between Batista and Orton. Maybe we'll get a finger poke of doom. I don't know. I'm talking out of my ass. But just, Daniel Bryan, how does he not make sure that he's in the Rumble? How did the Authority make sure that they got him out of the way? I don't know. I know that wherever they go tonight for Monday Night Raw, people are going to be yesing their ass off just as loud as they were in Pittsburgh last night. And it's going to be a good one. If they were smart, hell, they might even leave him off of this show. They could say that he had some sort of head injury and he wasn't able to be there. I don't know. More than likely, you need 6 guys to fill up that Chamber. I would bet he's going to be in there. And maybe that's at least one chance of getting towards a title. But, for him, it's so easy. If he would have got in the Rumble, he would have had a chance to have a guaranteed shot at the main event at WrestleMania. And how else is there to show the machine that you are the best wrestler in the world than going in there on the main show that 70,000 people pack into an arena to see, that over 1 million people order on pay-per-view to watch at home, and there's nothing the Authority can do. They can send 1,000 guys out there to try and stop the match, but then they're only really destroying their own pay-per-view. And I don't know. I like Daniel Bryan. I really love him as a wrestler. I think he is one of the best wrestlers in the world today. But I really think they got something behind this. I really think that they knew what they were doing, not putting him in the Rumble, that it was going to get this kind of reaction. I just don't know where they're going to go with it. I mean, like on that rumored WrestleMania card, they got him wrestling Sheamus for the 3rd time in 4 years at WrestleMania. I don't know how you fix that, but they'll figure it out. They always do. Peace out.